I want you to take a moment and visualize the dumbest event you have ever started and continued. Really picture it. Do you got it? Good. Now let me show you something that tops that. Cult of Dusty, better known for his use of logic.
Vadim, I heard that you and Clan of Dusty got together and came to a consensus that you both hate black people. Is that true?
Of course we got together on that kind of consensus. We realized they are absolutely sodomites. Isn't that what we saw there, Dusty? Absolutely right.
It's frankly the only logical decision to come to when you're a world full of niggers and butt fuckers.
But exactly, Dusty and me are on the exact same level here. Now you sodomites need to get on our team.
I just want to smoke weed and hate niggers all day long. Is that too much to ask? Logic.
Or his ability to poke everyone and everything for the hopes of getting onto a morning kumite has been extensively covered by good boy Toad McKinley. I highly suggest watching his video to get an understanding of who Dusty is. But for the sake of the story, I'll just be going over the events that have unfolded over the past 2 days, and how Dusty Smith has solidified himself as the dumbest autist on the internet. And no, I'm not using autist as an insult. He actually had to admit he was autistic due to how fucking stupid he showed himself to be now.
I haven't really talked about this a lot because these days the word autism is an insult. Everybody's always saying, look at that dude spurging out. You're autistic, man. It seems to be the hip new word to make fun of others. But the truth is, I actually am a little bit autistic. I am slightly on the spectrum. Now, I'm a very high-functioning autistic. I'm only very slightly on the spectrum. But autism runs in my family.
It all started with this tweet. So in case you didn't hear, I got robbed yesterday by my weed dealer when I traveled back to my hometown. Mugged me for $325. Shooting a quick video about it tonight. Gonna make this dude famous. As idiotic as this is, some very keen individuals would point out to Dusty that it's probably a bad idea to promote a YouTube video about how he went to go buy drugs illegally and was robbed for doing it and to cut his losses. You might want to reconsider doing a video about committing the crime of attempting to buy/possess illegal drugs. Police won't like being public about that crime. YouTube/Facebook have their terms of service, which such a video would probably violate. Dusty goes on to say, I'll be fine, I didn't buy anything, so I didn't commit any crimes. Which he got the response, you might want to check with a lawyer about that. Attempting to buy is a crime in many jurisdictions. But Dusty, in his fucking logical fashion, goes, I'm clearly just an entertainer, making it up for the show. Prove I'm not. He's an entertainer, guys. He's totally making it up. Not true at all. In fact, it's so untrue, he would give his diehard fans the docs of his mugger and his family, who unironically might be a possible gang member. But don't let me tell you that. Just let's hear his story from this logical man.
So this is not clickbait. This actually did happen. I got mugged by my weed dealer yesterday, which is not amazing. This is what fucking happened. I finally hooked up with him because I needed weed. So anyway, we agreed to meet at my grandma's house, which is safe. He was supposed to just come to my grandma's house, hand me off the weed. I was going to pay him and he was going to leave. Simple as fuck. And since we were just going to meet at my grandma's house, and since I knew this guy and we had hung out before, I didn't really think much about it, so I didn't take my knives. I didn't fucking arm myself like a goddamn dumbass. So when I got to my grandma's house, he messaged me and said he wanted to meet me somewhere else. So I went to try to find him, and it was this really fucking sketchy-ass neighborhood. And I drove around the neighborhood a few times and tried to find him, and literally there were tons of people out on their lawn, and they were yelling at me to get the fuck out of the neighborhood. It was kind of fucking scary, but I was in my car, and I didn't stop for anybody, so I didn't really worry about it too much. Finally, I found the house that I thought he was supposed to be at. There was a guy sitting out front, and I asked him if Rudy was there, and he said, no, Rudy already left. So I went back to my grandma's house, messaged him, told him I couldn't find him. The guy said he already left. So then pretty quick, some guy in a truck brings him over there. He gets out, and the guy drives off. And I was like, do you have it on you? And he's like, no, we got to go get it. I got to jump in the car with you, man. And he's all mush mouth and shit. I can barely understand what the fuck he's saying, but I think that's what he said. So he jumps in my car, and I jump on the other side. And we go back to this fucking shady part of town, the same fucking shady part of town that I tried to find him at before. And the whole way there, he's drinking out of this bottle of gin. And he's pretty fucking polite. I mean, he didn't talk much. He told me he had 4 kids, and he said that he saw that I made YouTube videos. You know, it was kind of pleasant conversation, no big deal. So anyway, we get to this sketchy-ass part of town. He says, this is the house right there. So I pull up in the driveway, and immediately these 2 big black guys come out of the front door. And he says, you got the money? So I get my wallet out and open it up. And then he says, just give it all to me. And I look over, and in his hand, he's holding this pocket knife, and it's folded. It's this big pocket knife about this long, and he didn't even open it. He just showed me that he had it. And at first, I thought he was just kidding, just fucking around, making a bad joke. So I kind of nervously laughed a little bit, and he said, "This ain't no joke." And the two big black guys started like walking towards the front of my car, and he reached over and he just grabbed all the money out of my wallet, and he looked at me and said, "Get the fuck out of here, white boy." And he jumped out of the car, and he ran behind the black guys and into the house. And the black guys just stood there and kind of slowly walked towards me until I drove the fuck off. It was actually all kind of surreal, like I was outside of my body watching it happen to me. But obviously I got the fuck out of there. He took $325 from me, and I ain't dying for $325. Fuck that shit. My life is obviously worth way more than that. And I drove off and went back to my grandma's house and trying to figure out what I was gonna do. And to be honest with you, I was actually really fucking embarrassed, you know? I was scared a little bit, and I was mad. My adrenaline was pumping, of course. But I was fucking embarrassed. I was ashamed. I felt emasculated.
Dusty would then decide in his very logical and smart video that he would call out his would-be gang-affiliated mugger by making bold statements, such as his family member is the mayor of the town.
Sorry, dude, that's not gonna fucking save you. You goddamn robbed me. I don't need the fucking cops to handle this shit. I'm gonna make your ass famous. Every goddamn person in the town I grew up in is gonna know you're a fucking drug dealer now. Clearly, this stupid fucking asshole not know that I'm from Carrollton, Mississippi. I think he thought I lived in another town and I was just visiting. But no, dude. I was born and raised in Carrollton, Mississippi. I'm the most famous motherfucker to ever come out of Carrollton, Mississippi. In fact, my uncle is the goddamn mayor of Carrollton, Mississippi. Cooper Muskelly, aka Uncle Pete. Hey, Uncle Pete, how you doing? Really nice guy who is very fiercely loyal to his family. So dude, you are such a fucking idiot. Not only did you rob the most famous person in the whole goddamn town, you robbed the guy whose uncle is the fucking mayor.
Or that he would have his subscribers go and kick his ass.
Coming up, which is something I plan on talking to my Uncle Pete, the fucking mayor, about when I go see him later this week. To be honest with you, I don't like your chances, dude. You are such a fucking idiot. To rob somebody you goddamn know, and for that somebody to be fucking me? Like seriously, dude, you are fucked. It's not even the fucking money, dude. I'll make more money off this video than you fucking took from me. It's the goddamn principle of the matter. Nobody fucking robs me. Not only am I gonna make sure that every goddamn drug dealer thinks you're a social pariah and every goddamn cop is looking out for you, I'm also gonna ruin your fucking name through the rest of fucking history. When your 4 kids start Googling your name when they get a little older, the first thing that's gonna come up is this fucking video. Your children and everybody who knows you is gonna know you're nothing but a fucking piece of shit drug dealing thief. You robbed the wrong motherfucker.
Obviously showing how much of a smart individual he is, this would lead to Dusty finally waking up the next day from his drunken retarded spurgery and regret everything he has committed to so logically in his rage of badassery and autism. Stating that he's now hit rock bottom and arguing with people about how he's so progressive that he will defend his mugger's ethnicity because fuck you racist, that's why. All of this though would come to a head where he would finalize himself as the biggest pussy and ally by asking everyone if the gang-affiliated mugger would forgive him and sell him drugs still if, you know, he just apologizes. Dusty Smith was someone I did not expect to make a video on so shortly and so soon, but he has proved to me and hopefully to you now how not to act on the internet. Please buy your drugs responsibly, guys, and be glad you are not Dusty Smith. I am the exceptional detective, and see you on the next case.